Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jess and I love to crochet. However, I like to start the projects and not finish them. So I thought I would do a little series on working through all of my crochet whips and we'll see where it takes us. So I have 5 toques and 5 sweaters in this stack and then a couple other random things. A couple of them I would like to take out. In the crochet world we call that frogging. Because I don't just like how they're looking, and one of the toques I've decided I want to make a sweater with that yarn, so I'm going to take that one out. So let's jump right in. First up I have a sweater vest. This one, I will link all the patterns below in the description. This one I've got front panel done and about 2/3 of the other panel. Close to having it done, don't really know why I left it for so long. This one will be fun. Nice fall piece. Then I have, this is my only non-crochet project right now, I have knit socks. This is my second pair of socks. I've never made socks prior to that. And I really liked them, so I'm doing them again in a fun yarn, kind of self-striping. I'll put in a little clip of a close-up. Those are fun. Then I have a Tunisian knit sweater. So this one is a little cropped. I'm going to add some ribbing on the bottom. I have the front and back panel done and one sleeve. So I'm getting there. I just find this yarn, because it's such a fine yarn, takes a while to work up. So we'll see. I have, some of them I have in little bags that I made to keep them organized. This one is a planter that I've started. It's a little sloth. I will also insert a closer photo of this for Christmas or my birthday, I think, for a beautiful shawl. This one works up quickly but slowly because it's a fine yarn as well. This would be nice to have done. If you can't already tell, I tend to get my projects about halfway or a little bit farther and then just put them down and start something new because shiny object syndrome. I have these granny squares for a sweater. I finished them all last night. I just have one more to do, and then I can start sewing these together and assembling them into a sweater. This one, without tangling all my yarn, will be a poncho. I'm very excited to finish this one, but the yarn tends to get tangled because I'm working with 4 or 5 different balls of yarn. But this one works out fairly quickly when I actually sit down and work on it, so that is nice. That was supposed to be a gift about 2 years ago. And then I have this cute little ribbed toque, some stripes, just some scrap balls of yarn that I had that I'm assembling together. And then I have this toque. This is 2 strands of yarn held together, a creamy white, and then this ombre style rainbow one as well. Reminds me a lot of citrus, like orange, grapefruit, and limes. And then I have a scrappy toque, which was going really well until I ran out of yarn, and I only need about another inch, so I'm in the process of winding some more scraps together to finish this one. I do have a scrappy toque like this available on my shop. I will link that in the description as well. And then I have a cable toque in this beautiful green that I started, and this is as far as I got. I don't even know when I put this project down. So it's got a cool ribbed look for the like ribbing, and then you've got kind of like up and down ribbing, and then the cables that will kind of swirl together. Again, I think once I actually sit down and do this, it will work up really fast because it's a nice worsted weight yarn. And then I have this little bag with some granny squares in it that I'm making because I want to make a granny square tote bag with all of these scraps. I have so many blue and gray partial balls of yarn. So this will be fun. This is as far as I have 3 squares. Again, we'll work up fast once I sit down and actually do it. Last for toques, I have this one that I've started. However, I think I am going to take this one out and make it into a sweater because I just think the color palette of this one will work up really nice as a sweater, and I have a knit sweater pattern that I would like to try. And I think this would be a really nice blend of colors for it. So we're going to frog this one. And then I have this mohair sweater. Again, only have 1 sleeve left. And then I have to do the ribbing, and I need to adjust the neckline because I kind of freehanded this and I made the neckline too big so it falls off my shoulders. So I think I'll just add either a few extra rows on the end here or like a ribbed collar. We'll see how much yarn I have left at the end. Yeah, this will be another kind of cropped one. And then I'm gonna add some red ribbing as well on the bottom. This yarn was actually such a fun find. I got them secondhand. The red one is a vintage Italian mohair, and the pink one is a mohair from New Zealand. So it's fun. And the pink, I'll do a close-up as well, has these little tiny speckles in it of colors. So you've got like greens and oranges mixed in, and I think it's just so beautiful. It's going to be really warm and a great time. Hopefully I have this done before winter. So there's that one. So I have these neutral granny squares that I'm using to make a sweater as well. I think this one I'm going to make into a cardigan, and this one like a pullover sweater. So I've got black, white, 2 shades of gray, if you can see, and then a gray and white speckled and a black and white speckled, and I think it's going to make a super cool neutral set of colors. So yeah, got probably a third of what I need done of these, so that'll be a sweater. I love working with granny squares because they work up easily, or quickly, sorry, and then they're great for just like taking on the go. I take the bus a lot, so I enjoy being able to crochet while on my commute to work. And I have this green sweater. This is a beautiful cotton silk blend yarn. It's 75% silk and 25% cotton, and it's just so soft. I think it's beautiful, and I'm making a summer top with it. However, first panel I did worked up great. Second panel I did ended up tighter. So I don't know if I used a different crochet hook for the first panel, but the sizing is very different. So I'm gonna frog the first one I made and redo it with the size hook that I used for this one. I think I don't have the actual size hook the pattern calls for because I was out with a friend crocheting at this local crochet night, and I thought I left the hook at home, so I borrowed one from her, and it turned out to be this size. So taking this one out, I still have her hook to use, and I'm going to redo this one so hopefully they're the same. And it's just a simple top, these 2 panels with a strap and a panel in the back. So this should work up nicely. Hopefully I can finish it before the end of August, but we'll see. And lastly, I have this scrappy sweater with these yarns as well. So I took all of my smaller balls of yarn and wound them into balls to make like a scrappy sweater. And they're all yarn held double. So each strand is 2 different colors. And so we have this beautiful chunky sweater. And I'm not sure, I might rip it out a few rows back and size up my hook because I find it's curling weird, but also it's going to be a cardigan, so it might actually not be the end of the world if it curls. So we'll see, but I just don't want it to end up going out too far. So I might just have to find a way to do less stitches in a row, kind of knit 2 together, crochet 2 together. So we'll see. This is where we're at. And that's all I have in my WIP pile. I say all I have as if that's not a lot. I think it's 15 or 16 last time I counted. So yeah, we will get going on those. Stay tuned for more videos of me working on my WIP piles. And the next one I'm going to work on is this one. And we'll sew them all together. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for popping by, and I hope you enjoyed. Can't believe I'm exposing myself for my lack of ability to finish projects, but here we are. Cool.